This is my dad, William. Dad, this is Adeline.
In the heart of Hollywood, there's a name etched in gold. Harrison Ford is that name. He's not just an actor, he's a cultural icon, a legend whose presence on screen is like a magnetic force that draws all attention to itself. Imagine walking through the corridors of Tinseltown, and there he is, standing tall among the stars, shining brighter than others. Ford's journey began in the shadows with small roles in films like Dead Heat on a Merry-Go-Round. But it was his portrayal of Han Solo in Star Wars that catapulted him to worldwide fame. Who hasn't felt the thrill of adventure alongside him in the galaxy far, far away? And then there's Indiana Jones, the fearless archaeologist who captured our imaginations in Raiders of the Lost Ark. Ford's versatility shines through as he effortlessly slips into the roles that define generations. But Ford isn't just a star on the silver screen. He's a hero off-screen too, a licensed pilot who has flown to the rescue in Wyoming's rugged terrain, and his commitment to the environment is unwavering, as seen in his role with Conservation International. As we peel back the layers of Ford's illustrious life, we uncover a narrative rich in passion, tenacity, and purpose. But what lies beneath the surface of this Hollywood titan? Even as the years pass, he shows no signs of slowing down. What drives him, propelling him forward with an unyielding determination? What makes Harrison Ford a figure of enduring fascination and admiration? Join us as we embark on a journey to unravel the mysteries surrounding this enigmatic icon, a man whose legacy transcends not only time and space, but the very essence of storytelling itself. Harrison Ford's roots traces back to a modest beginning in Chicago, Illinois, where he entered the world on July 13, 1942. His parents, Dorothy and John William Ford, hailed from different backgrounds, blending Irish Catholic and Ashkenazi Jewish heritage. Growing up, Ford shared adventures with his younger brother, Terence, forming a bond that would shape his outlook on life. Amidst the urban bustle, Ford's childhood was colored by his involvement in the Boy Scouts, where he achieved the esteemed rank of Life Scout. This early exposure to leadership and outdoor exploration would later influence his portrayal of the adventurous Indiana Jones. High school days saw Ford's emergence as a voice on the airwaves, becoming the inaugural student broadcaster at his school's radio station. His passion for sports also led him to serve as the station's first sportscaster, showcasing his natural charisma and flair for communication. Upon graduating from Maine East High School in Park Ridge, Illinois, Ford embarked on a journey of higher education at Ripon College in Wisconsin. There, he pursued a degree in philosophy while immersing himself in campus life as a member of the Sigma Nu fraternity. It was during his college years that Ford discovered a latent passion for acting, a revelation that would alter the course of his life. Initially a self-described late bloomer, Ford's interest in drama blossomed in his final year of college, serving as a catalyst for overcoming his inherent shyness. However, Ford's academic path hit a roadblock just days before graduation when he found himself expelled from college. Despite this setback, Ford's resolve remained unwavering as he embarked on a journey fueled by his newfound passion for acting. After honing his craft with the Belfry Players in Wisconsin, Harrison Ford set his sights on the bright lights of Los Angeles in 1964. With dreams of stardom in his eyes, he landed a contract with Columbia Pictures' promising talent program. His silver screen debut came in 1966 with an uncredited role as a bellhop in Dead Heat on a Merry-Go-Round. Though his part was small, it marked the beginning of his journey in Hollywood.
Bob Ellis? Robert Ellis, room 72.
No, sir. Charles Ellis, room 607.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
However, Ford's path to success wasn't without its challenges. Facing rejection and disappointment, Ford found himself at the bottom of the hiring list after a misstep on set. Producer Jerry Tarkovsky was less than impressed with Ford's performance as a bellboy, expecting him to exude the charisma of a seasoned actor like Tony Curtis. Yet Ford's determination remained unshaken. Despite the setbacks, Ford persevered, fueled by his unwavering passion for acting. His early years in Hollywood may have been fraught with uncertainty, but they laid the groundwork for what would become an illustrious career. As young actor Harrison J. Ford's career journey continues, his road to stardom was paved with persistence, unexpected turns, and a dash of luck. But in the swinging 60s, a time when Ford's talent was yet to be fully recognized, in 1967 precisely, Ford took on a speaking role in the film Love, although he remained uncredited. It wasn't until the same year that he received his first credited role as Harrison J. Ford in the Western flick A Time for Killing. But here's the catch. The J in his name was merely a placeholder, as Ford had no middle name. It was a clever maneuver to distinguish him from an earlier actor also named Harrison Ford, who had made a mark in silent films decades before. Ford's journey was peppered with interesting anecdotes. Imagine stumbling upon your own name on the Hollywood Walk of Fame and realizing there's another actor who shares your name and legacy. It was a moment of revelation for Ford, discovering the existence of his predecessor. Yet, undeterred by the challenges, Ford continued to pursue his passion. He landed minor roles in various television series, from the classic Gunsmoke to the iconic Love, American Style. It was a period of honing his craft, with Ford appearing in a multitude of productions throughout the late 1960s and early 1970s. The silver screen beckoned, offering Ford diverse opportunities. He dipped his toes into the world of westerns with Journey to Shiloh in 1968, showcasing his versatility. Even a silent, non-speaking role in Michelangelo Antonioni's Zabriskie Point in the year 1970 couldn't diminish his determination. But perhaps one of the most intriguing chapters in Ford's story was his encounter with French filmmaker Jacques Demy. Demy saw potential in Ford, offering him the lead role in Model Shop, his first American film. However, Columbia Pictures doubted Ford's prospects and urged Demy to seek a more seasoned actor. Despite missing out on the role, Ford cherished the experience, as Demy was the first to believe in his talent. Ford's career story continues. Dissatisfied with the acting gigs that came his way, took a bold step into the world of carpentry, all to provide for his growing family. It was during this time, in the early 1970s, that Ford found himself wielding hammers and saws for a living. His clientele included notable figures like the writers Joan Didion and John Gregory Dunn, whose beachfront abode in Malibu became a frequent stop on Ford's carpentry rounds. Little did Ford know, these encounters would shape his future in more ways than one. And it wasn't long that Ford's journey took an unexpected turn when casting director and emerging producer Fred Roos stepped in as his champion. Roos saw potential in the young carpenter and arranged for him to audition for a role in a film by a budding director named George Lucas. That film was none other than the iconic American Graffiti, released in 1973. Ford's portrayal of the character Bob Falfer marked his first major breakthrough in the industry. But it wasn't just a role. It was the beginning of a transformative partnership with George Lucas, one that would leave an indelible mark on Ford's career. As fate would have it, Ford's association with Lucas opened doors to even greater opportunities.
With you, man, what are you doing? Trying to pick up a few extra buck babysitting? Hey, dog, why don't you come on a ride with me in about 10 years? Now, leave her out of this. This is just between you and me.
Inspired by the success of Francis Ford Coppola's The Godfather, Coppola himself took notice of Ford's talent and offered him roles in his upcoming projects. In the film The Conversation of 1974, Ford made a memorable appearance, laying the groundwork for what was to come.
Now, look, don't get involved in this, Mr. Cole. Those tapes are dangerous. You heard them. You know what I mean. Someone may get hurt.
But it was his role in Coppola's epic war drama, Apocalypse Now, of 1979, that truly solidified his place in Hollywood. And, in a stroke of irony, Ford portrayed an army colonel named G. Lucas in Apocalypse Now, a nod to the man who had given him his first big break. It was a fitting tribute to the director who had believed in him when others doubted.
Pick up Colonel Kurtz's path at New Mung Ba. Follow it, learn what you can along the way. When you find the colonel, infiltrate his team by whatever means available.
Harrison J. Ford's journey took an intergalactic turn after his breakout role in American Graffiti. It was this role that caught the eye of none other than George Lucas, who was gearing up to cast his space epic Star Wars of 1977. Initially brought on board to help with auditions, Ford's knack for bringing characters to life quickly caught Lucas's attention. Impressed by Ford's performance during the audition process, Lucas took a leap of faith and cast him as the iconic Han Solo. Star Wars blasted onto the scene, captivating audiences worldwide and catapulting Ford, along with co-stars Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher, into the stratosphere of fame. Suddenly, Ford found himself in the spotlight, with opportunities for bigger roles flooding in. As the late 1970s unfolded, Ford's star continued to rise.
Is it some kind of local trouble?
Let's just say we'd like to avoid any imperial entanglements.
Well, that's the real trick, isn't it?
He flexed his acting muscles in films like Heroes of 1977.
Hey, man, what's the matter with you? I don't hear from you for I don't know how long. You call me up, you show up here, you start telling me how to run my life. This ain't the army, you know.
Force 10 from Navarone of 1978.
Tons of water.
Water?
Water?
I think we've been talking about the wrong target. Remember that dam we passed just up around the bend?
What kind of a dam? Where is it?
It's about 2.5 miles up the river.
And Hanover Street of 1979, showcasing his versatility and range.
I just wish your eyes weren't that color. There's a man in my room down there. Good man. I wish he wasn't.
Not content with sticking to one genre, Ford even tried his hand at comedy, starring alongside Gene Wilder in The Frisco Kid of 1979 as a lovable bank robber.
You and your partner and your pig-faced brother ambushed us on the beach. And if the rabbi hadn't have pulled the trigger, he'd have shot us both in cold blood.
But it was his return to the Star Wars universe that solidified Ford's status as a cinematic icon. He reprised his role as Han Solo in the sequels The Empire Strikes Back of 1980 and
Oh, yeah? Watch this.
Watch what?
I think we're in trouble.
Return of the Jedi of 1983, captivating audiences once again with his charm and swagger.
You love him, don't you?
Yes.
All right. I understand.
However, behind the scenes, Ford harbored a desire for his character's demise. He believed that killing off Han Solo in Return of the Jedi would add depth to the story, but Lucas had other plans. Despite Ford's plea, Han Solo lived to fight another day, much to his dismay. But it wasn't long when Ford's leading man status was firmly cemented with the release of Raiders of the Lost Ark of 1981. This action-packed adventure, a collaboration between George Lucas and Steven Spielberg, thrust Ford into the role of the dashing archaeologist Indiana Jones. Much like his iconic portrayal of Han Solo, Ford's performance as Indiana Jones captured the hearts of audiences worldwide. The film soared to success, dominating the box office and earning the title of highest-grossing film of the year. Interestingly, Spielberg had his eye on Ford from the get-go, eager to cast him as the adventurous Indiana Jones. However, Lucas hesitated, having already worked with Ford on American Graffiti and Star Wars. It wasn't until another actor, Tom Selleck, had to bow out that Lucas finally gave in and agreed to Ford taking on the role. Ford embraced the character of Indiana Jones wholeheartedly, reprising the role in 2 subsequent films during the 1980s.
Too bad the Jovitos don't know you the way I do, Belloc.
Yes, too bad. You could warn them, if only you spoke Jovitos.
In 1984, he returned for the prequel Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, diving headfirst into another thrilling adventure.
There's nothing you have that I could possibly want.
Right.
Oh.
However, during filming in London in June 1983, Ford faced a setback when he herniated a disc in his back. Despite the injury, the resilient actor flew back to Los Angeles for surgery and remarkably returned to the set just 6 weeks later. The 1980s came to a close with Ford once again donning the iconic fedora in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, which was later released 9 years after its shooting in 1989. His portrayal of the swashbuckling archaeologist continued to captivate audiences, solidifying his status as one of Hollywood's most beloved leading men.
Well, we made it. When we're airborne with Germany behind us, then I'll share that sentiment. Relax.
As Harrison J. Ford's journey through the 1980s unfolded, his career continued to soar to new heights. Following his triumph as the adventurous Indiana Jones, Ford stepped into the shoes of Rick Deckard in Ridley Scott's futuristic film Blade Runner of 1982. However, unlike his previous blockbuster experiences, Ford faced significant challenges during the production of Blade Runner. He described it as a long slog, emphasizing the mental strain rather than physical exertion. Ford and Scott, the director, clashed over the interpretation of Deckard's character, a disagreement that lingered for years. Despite initial struggles, Blade Runner eventually found its footing as a cult classic, earning Ford accolades for his portrayal of Deckard. The film showcased Ford's range as an actor, adding another feather to his cap of memorable performances.
He say you under arrest, Mr. Deckard.
Got the wrong guy, pal.
Lopa, Negojma. Te vaya Blade.
He say you Blade Runner.
Throughout the decade, Ford continued to showcase his versatility in a variety of roles. In 1985's Witness, he delivered a powerful dramatic performance that resonated with audiences and critics alike.
Stand back! What are you gonna do, Paul? You gonna kill me? You gonna shoot me? You gonna shoot him? Stand back! You gonna shoot him? Is that what you're gonna do, Paul? Him? The woman? Me?
The following year, Ford delved into the world of the eccentric with The Mosquito Coast, earning further acclaim for his nuanced portrayal.
Why do they put up with it? Why do they keep coming? Look around you, Charlie. This place is a toilet.
But Ford wasn't content to stick to one genre. In 1988, he showcased his comedic chops in Working Girl, where he played the romantic lead opposite Melanie Griffith and Sigourney Weaver. The film offered a refreshing change of pace for Ford, proving once again his ability to excel in diverse roles.
Please, please, one drink.
Okay, one drink, but I'm buying.
Reflecting on his experiences during this period, Ford singled out his collaborations with director Peter Weir as highlights of his career. Working on Witness and The Mosquito Coast provided Ford with opportunities to stretch his acting muscles and delve into complex characters, earning him critical praise and personal fulfillment. Into the early 1990s, he found himself embroiled in the world of action-packed dramas and literary adaptations, that in late 1991, Ford was set to portray A. Philip Randolph, a company lawyer, in a historical action film titled Night Ride Down, set against the backdrop of a labor union strike in the 1930s. However, plans for Night Ride Down hit a snag when Ford disagreed with script changes and ultimately decided to step away from the project. Paramount Pictures shelved the film, leaving Ford to explore other opportunities in the cinematic landscape. In the years that followed, Ford took on the role of Jack Ryan, the iconic literary character created by Tom Clancy, in 2 films, Patriot Games in 1992.
Where's Sean Miller? Where's Sean Miller?
And Clear and Present Danger in 1994.
We're good friends. If they asked if you were good friends, I'd say, no, we're lifelong friends. I would give them no place to go.
Stepping into the shoes of Alec Baldwin, who had previously portrayed Ryan in The Hunt for Red October, Ford's portrayal earned both praise and criticism. His casting as Jack Ryan led to tensions with Baldwin, who expressed resentment towards Ford for negotiating with Paramount behind his back. Despite the behind-the-scenes drama, Ford's performances in both Patriot Games and Clear and Present Danger garnered attention and solidified his status as a leading action star. Throughout the decade, Ford continued to captivate audiences with his roles in action-based thrillers. In 1993, he starred in The Fugitive alongside Tommy Lee Jones, delivering a performance that earned him acclaim from critics and audiences alike. Ford's portrayal of Dr. Richard Kimball showcased his ability to embody complex characters with depth and authenticity.
After Lentz died, you were the only one who had the access. You switched the samples and the pathology reports. Did you kill Lentz too, huh?
We get some security.
One of the highlights of Ford's career during this period was his role in Air Force One in 1997. Playing the President of the United States, Ford brought gravitas and intensity to the role, solidifying his status as a cinematic powerhouse.
What about the other team?
There's no time for the other team! I can only take one more!
No! We're all going!
That's impossible, sir! I have to take you!
Mr. President, it's time to get you off this plane!
For his performance in The Fugitive, Ford received high praise from critics, with Roger Ebert hailing him as the great modern movie everyman. Ford's ability to imbue his characters with authenticity and depth resonated with audiences, cementing his reputation as one of Hollywood's most versatile actors. As Harrison J. Ford's journey through the silver screen continues to unfold the more, he ventured into a realm of diverse roles, showcasing his versatility as an actor. In 1990, Ford delved into the realm of legal drama with Presumed Innocent.
He lied about his presence in her apartment on the night she was killed. His fingerprints on the glass. His blood type A identified from semen. Fibers from the carpets in his home tell us he was there.
Followed by a heartfelt performance in Regarding Henry in 1991.
Well, these little ones are really good. But that lady over there in the gold dress thinks they're a disaster. And that other woman near the window just had her face done. Not her neck, just her eyes.
Ford's penchant for romance shone through in 1995's Sabrina, a remake of the classic film from 1954. His portrayal of a romantic lead demonstrated his ability to captivate audiences across genres and generations.
Sir, if there's anything I can ever do.
Could you bring me one of those little Eiffel Tower paperweights?
During this prolific period, Ford cultivated strong working relationships with esteemed directors such as Peter Weir, Alan J. Pakula, Mike Nichols, Philip Noyce, and Sidney Pollack. Collaborating multiple times with each of them, Ford solidified his reputation as a versatile and dependable actor. This era marked the pinnacle of Ford's career, both creatively and commercially. From 1977 to 1997, he starred in a remarkable 14 films that ranked in the top 15 of the yearly domestic box office rankings, with 12 of them breaking into the top 10. Several of Ford's films from this period received critical acclaim and garnered multiple award nominations. Among them were Star Wars, Apocalypse Now, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Witness, Working Girl, and The Fugitive, all of which showcased Ford's range and talent as an actor. Harrison J. Ford's career progressed into the late 1990s. He encountered a series of challenges as he navigated the ever-changing landscape of Hollywood. While he had seen immense success in the past, with iconic roles in films like Star Wars and Indiana Jones, Ford faced setbacks with several films that failed to meet expectations. In 1998, Ford starred in 6 Days, 7 Nights, which received mixed reviews and struggled to make an impact at the box office.
That goddamn plane? Yeah. That's a commercial airliner. It's 5 miles high going 600 miles an hour. They wouldn't see a nuclear explosion if they were looking for it.
The following year, he faced another disappointment with Random Hearts, failing to recapture the magic of his earlier successes.
Oh, you're the policeman, huh?
That's right.
Well, Mary Claire Clark books the travel, but she goes home at 5:30.
Can you reach her at home for me?
Oh my God, the plane that crashed.
Despite these setbacks, Ford continued to pursue diverse roles, taking on projects like K-19, The Widowmaker.
Level of planes.
Level above planes.
And in 2000, Ford found a glimmer of success with What Lies Beneath, a thriller that performed well at the box office.
Could you do me a favor? I'm gonna go sleep at the lab. Could you check on her in the morning? I'm terribly worried about her. Thanks.
In 2004, Ford decided that he would later regret when he turned down a role in the thriller Syriana. Reflecting on his choice, Ford admitted that he didn't feel strongly about the material, a decision that ultimately led to George Clooney's acclaimed performance and awards recognition. This wasn't the first time Ford had passed on a role that would later garner critical acclaim. In an earlier instance, he declined a role in the film Traffic, which went on to star Michael Douglas. In 2008, Harrison J. Ford returned to the big screen with a bang, reprising his iconic role as Indiana Jones in Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. This marked the first installment in the beloved franchise in nearly 2 decades, and fans eagerly flocked to theaters to witness the adventurer's latest escapades. Teaming up once again with the dynamic duo of George Lucas and Steven Spielberg, Ford delivered a performance that delighted audiences and critics alike. The film received praise for its thrilling action sequences and nostalgic charm, quickly becoming one of the highest-grossing films of the year on a global scale.
The Ox and I were obsessed with the Mitchell Hedges skull in college. How do you know about it?
Are you kidding? That's all he talked about. He talked about that thing till the cows come home. Was it just like an idol?
Buoyed by the success of Indiana Jones, Ford continued to showcase his versatility as an actor in other projects throughout 2008. In Crossing Over, directed by Wayne Kramer, Ford stepped into the role of an ICE Homeland Security Investigations Special Agent, sharing the screen with talents like Ashley Judd and Ray Liotta.
No es posible.
Si no recibe el dinero hoy, lo va a poner en la calle, señor.
No puedo. Lo siento, señora. No puedo.
Apartamento 21.
Señora, no es posible.
Not content with just one role, Ford lent his voice to the feature documentary Dalai Lama Renaissance, offering his narration to shed light on the spiritual leader's teachings and message of peace. In 2009, Ford embarked on a new cinematic journey with the medical drama Extraordinary Measures, filmed in Portland, Oregon. Starring alongside Brendan Fraser and Alan Ruck, Ford portrayed a character grappling with life and death decisions in the face of adversity.
It's a sugar high. The enzyme's breaking down the sugar in their muscles.
The medicine's working?
Yeah.
John.
The following year, 2010, brought Ford to the forefront once again, this time in the comedy drama Morning Glory, where he shared the screen with Rachel McAdams, Diane Keaton, and Patrick Wilson. While the film may not have set the box office ablaze, Ford's performance earned acclaim from critics who hailed it as one of his best in years.
And yet I still have standards, unfortunately for you.
Suppose I don't have standards?
Sure you do. When you got your pap smear on air, you wore a silk robe.
Okay!
Classy touch.
And in July 2011, Ford ventured into the realm of science fiction and Western fusion with Cowboys and Aliens, starring alongside Daniel Craig and Olivia Wilde. Embracing the opportunity to engage with fans, Ford made a surprise appearance at the San Diego Comic-Con International, expressing gratitude for the warm reception from attendees. Not content with just conquering the silver screen, Ford expanded his horizons by starring in Japanese commercials promoting the video game Uncharted 3, Drake's Deception for the PlayStation 3, showcasing his enduring appeal on a global scale. In 2013, Harrison J. Ford embarked on a new chapter of his career, embracing a variety of supporting roles that showcased his versatility as an actor. That year marked the beginning of a trend for Ford, as he expanded his repertoire beyond leading roles to explore diverse characters and genres. One of Ford's notable appearances in 2013 was in the corporate espionage thriller Paranoia, where he shared the screen with Liam Hemsworth and Gary Oldman. This collaboration reunited Ford with Oldman, with whom he had previously worked on the adrenaline-fueled Air Force One. The film offered Ford the opportunity to delve into the world of high-stakes intrigue and deception, captivating audiences with his portrayal of a cunning corporate executive.
I took a brick device that everybody laughed at and turned it into the one thing that no one can do without. I earned my arrogance.
But Ford's cinematic journey in 2013 didn't stop there. He also took on the role of Branch Rickey in the biographical sports drama 42, earning widespread acclaim for his portrayal of the legendary baseball executive. Critics praised Ford's performance, recognizing his ability to bring authenticity and depth to the character. His stellar portrayal even earned him a nomination for Best Supporting Actor at the Satellite Awards, highlighting the impact of his work. In 2014, Ford continued to captivate audiences with his on-screen presence, appearing in The Expendables 3 alongside an ensemble cast of action stars. His involvement in the high-octane franchise added another dimension to his body of work, showcasing his ability to hold his own among Hollywood's toughest. The following year, 2015, brought Ford to the forefront of the romantic drama genre with The Age of Adeline, where he co-starred opposite Blake Lively. The film received positive reviews, with Ford's performance drawing praise for its depth and emotional resonance. His portrayal of a man grappling with the complexities of love and immortality resonated with audiences, further solidifying his reputation as a versatile and accomplished actor.
I'm sorry, it's just... You look exactly like this old friend of mine, Adeline Bowman.
That's my mother.
In 2014, Harrison J. Ford made a triumphant return to the galaxy, far, far away, reprising his iconic role as Han Solo in the highly anticipated Star Wars sequel, Star Wars: The Force Awakens. The film soared to great heights, much like its predecessors, captivating audiences with its blend of nostalgia and new adventures. However, Ford's journey back to the Star Wars universe was not without its challenges. During filming, Ford encountered a setback when a hydraulic door unexpectedly fell on him, causing what was reported as a fractured ankle. He was swiftly transported to John Radcliffe Hospital in Oxford, England, for medical attention. Amidst concerns about his injury, Ford's son Ben provided updates on his father's condition, revealing that Ford's ankle required treatment involving a plate and screws. As Ford embarked on a period of recovery, the film's production team adjusted to accommodate his injury, opting to shoot scenes with Ford from the waist up. In February 2015, Alcon Entertainment dropped a bombshell. Harrison J. Ford was set to reprise his iconic role as Rick Deckard in Blade Runner 2049, the long-awaited science fiction sequel helmed by Denis Villeneuve. Fans of the original classic were ecstatic at the news, eagerly anticipating Ford's return to the dystopian world of replicants and existential questions. Ford's portrayal of Deckard received praise, with Scott Kalura of IGN hailing it as a deep, rich, smart film. Ford's return to the Blade Runner universe was celebrated as a triumph, reaffirming his status as a sci-fi icon. In 2019, Ford ventured into new territory with his first voice role in an animated film, lending his talents to the character of Rooster in The Secret Life of Pets 2. It was a departure from his usual on-screen roles, showcasing Ford's versatility as an actor across different mediums. With the filming of the 5th installment of the Indiana Jones series delayed by a year, Ford seized the opportunity to take on a new challenge. He headlined a big-budget adaptation of Jack London's classic novel, The Call of the Wild, portraying the rugged prospector John Thornton. The film, released in February 2020, received a mixed critical reception, compounded by the shortened theatrical release caused by the COVID-19 pandemic's impact on the film industry. But Ford's journey didn't stop there. He made headlines once again when he reprised his iconic role as Indiana Jones in Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, marking what he declared to be his final appearance as the beloved adventurer. The film, released in 2023, received praise from critics, with Ford's portrayal of the adventurous archaeologist drawing acclaim. As Ford continued to captivate audiences with his diverse performances across genres, his enduring presence in the entertainment industry remained undeniable. With each new project, he reaffirmed his status as a versatile and accomplished actor, leaving an indelible mark on the cinematic landscape. And as fans eagerly anticipate Ford's future endeavors, one thing is certain: his talent and charisma will continue to shine brightly for years to come. Continuing his journey beyond the silver screen, let's delve into the personal life of the enigmatic Harrison J. Ford. Marriage has been a part of Ford's story, with 3 chapters to date. His first venture into matrimony was with Mary Marquardt, tying the knot in 1964. However, their union reached its end in 1979, leaving behind 2 sons, born in 1966 and 1969. Interestingly, Ford's eldest son now co-owns Ford's Filling Station, a popular gastropub nestled in Los Angeles International Airport's Terminal 5. Meanwhile, his younger son has made strides as the proprietor of Strong Sports Gym and previously held stakes in the Kim Sing Theatre and the Ludwig Clothing Company. The next chapter unfolded with screenwriter Melissa Matheson, whom Ford married in March 1983. Together, they shared parenthood, welcoming a son in 1987 and a daughter in 1990. However, their journey together ended in 2004, following a period of separation. Tragically, Matheson passed away in 2015, marking the close of this chapter in Ford's life. But amidst life's twists and turns, love found Ford once again, this time in the form of actress Callista Flockhart. Their romance blossomed after a chance encounter at the 2002 Golden Globe Awards. Ford, smitten by Flockhart, proposed to her during Valentine's Day weekend in 2009. Their union was sealed on June 15, 2010, in the picturesque setting of Santa Fe, New Mexico, coinciding with Ford's filming commitments for Cowboys and Aliens. Together, Ford and Flockhart have embarked on the journey of parenthood, nurturing a son born in 2001, whom Flockhart had adopted prior to meeting Ford. Their family resides in the tranquility of a sprawling 800-acre ranch in Jackson, Wyoming, a haven Ford has called home since the 1980s. Half of this idyllic retreat has been generously donated by Ford as a nature reserve. Despite his illustrious career in Hollywood, Ford remains fiercely private about his personal life, keeping much of it shielded from the public eye. However, in a surprising revelation, his Star Wars co-star, Carrie Fisher, disclosed in her 2016 autobiography, The Princess Diarist, a purported 3-month affair between them during the filming of the iconic movie in 1976. Through the lens of his personal life, Ford emerges not just as a celebrated actor, but as a man shaped by the ebbs and flows of relationships, love, and family. A testament to the depth and complexity of the man behind the iconic characters he portrays.